It's day 10, y'all. Can you believe it? Day 10, mile 10 of the 1 mile a day challenge. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without some dope content to react to. You guys are turning up the channel right now. 850 plus subscribers. We dropped a lot of content this week. If you're following the Colorado football Buffaloes, you need to be checking out Common Sense. Every Tuesday, we're dropping film study. Every Thursday, we're doing roster analysis. Every Saturday, we host a community show where you can let your voice be heard. In the evenings, though, 7:30 every day, we're doing the 1 mile challenge. Because in this community of Colorado Buffaloes fans, we believe that as the team succeeds on the field, we as fans need to succeed off the field. So the question to you is, in 2026, are you going 3-9 or are you going 10-2? Thank you so much for tapping in with me. This is day 10. A lot of people make a lot of promises to themselves, but they don't keep it. A lot of people didn't make it to day 10. At this point, it's not about proving anything to anybody else. It's about one thing. Can you beat who you were yesterday? 10 straight days. 10 straight miles. That's 10 straight days of discipline, and today we're talking about the real competition. So if you're still here, drop day 10 in the chat. Shout out to everybody who made it to day 10, because now is where it starts to get different. You start to separate yourself from the pack. This isn't a challenge anymore. At day 10, walking 1 mile a day is becoming who you are. So here's the problem that I found just in life in general, is the issue of comparison. Most people lose because they're focused on the wrong competition. Now, I love competition, right? Because I want to be the best at what I do. Right? You got competitors like Kevin Garnett. You got competitors like Kobe Bryant. You got competitors like Tom Brady, Deion Sanders. Those guys compete. But the real issue is most people lose because they're focused on that external competition too much. They're looking at other people's progress, other people's results, and they're even looking at other people's timelines. Damn, he's 22, he already got it together. 25 already got it together. Man, I'm 40 and I'm still struggling. I'm 35 and I'm still struggling. When is my time gonna come? And looking at other people and comparing yourself to other people, that creates artificial pressure. Life has enough pressure. On top of that, in many cases, we're putting artificial pressure on top of ourselves for where we think we should be at this stage in our life. And all that's going to do is create doubt, and it's going to be a distraction for you. So be honest. Have you ever compared your progress to somebody else's? Have you ever compared your progress? It can hit close to home. It could be a sibling. You can have a sibling rivalry, right? The favorite son, the favorite daughter, got the big house, got the family, got the whatever, the degrees, the X, the Y, the Z. Maybe you don't have that. It could be your friend that you grew up with. Same elementary school, same middle school, same high school. See them at the reunion. Beautiful family. Luxury car. VP in the title. Senior VP in the title. CEO in the title. And you start to compare. Well, there's a science of comparison, guys. Because we're social creatures. We're always trying to figure out where we fit in the social hierarchy. We're always pinging off our environment to figure out where do I fit in the social hierarchy. And the term in psychology is called social comparison theory. And what it shows is that we naturally compare ourselves to others to evaluate our own progress. We naturally compare ourselves to others to evaluate our progress. But here's the problem. Too much comparison is the thief of joy. It's okay, because we're social creatures, to look around and kind of evaluate and get a sense of what's happening in your environment. But you certainly don't want to allow comparison to become the thief of your joy. Because here's what it leads to. It leads to lower self-confidence, less motivation, and in fact, it could actually be the reason why you quit doing something. Because you expect your journey to look like somebody else's, and when your restaurant ain't got a line around the corner, you look up the street and there's another restaurant that got a line around the corner, and you're comparing yourself directly to that person's journey, you don't know what that person's been through. You don't know what that person's going through right now. The line out the door is the green grass you can see. If you've lived life long enough, not everything that glitters is gold. Not everything that glitters is gold. And so what I'm trying to work with you guys on tonight is we're going to shift our perspective. Because on this channel is you versus you. Is you versus you on this channel. Your only competitor every single day when you wake up is you. All you got to do is beat the version of you that went to bed last night. When you wake up in the morning, you got to be better than that guy, that girl. That's your only competition. It's never you versus them. It's you versus the yesterday version of you. When I woke up this morning and I went through my process, the only person I was thinking about is, can I be better than yesterday? And guess what? We talked about that yesterday. Small wins equal real progress. Listen, if you've been drinking a little bit too much, I've been drinking. You've been leaning on that to manage the stress, the hardship of life. It started out, maybe it was something you just did on the weekends. And then, 1 or 2 times during the week. And now, every night is a glass of this or a bottle of that. It's the only way you can decompress from a long day. But this is facts, like it or not, alcohol is poison. So in the competition of you versus you, maybe you set it up, not as I need to go cold turkey, but hey, can I be better than I was last week? If I drank 6 bottles of beer last week, this week I'll drink 5. It's not about quitting drinking, it's about being better this week than you were last week. That's all we're doing here on this channel, guys. We just want to beat ourselves one day at a time. And when we started this thing, we said we're going to do a mile a day. Guess what? If I told you we're going to walk 10 miles, that might seem too big. I told you we're going to walk 1 mile a day. We're on day 10. Listen, we just walked 10 miles. We're doing this for 30 days. We're going to walk 30 miles. When was the last time you could say you walked 30 miles? And you stuck with something long enough that you were actually able to get to the big number. All right? Same thing in finances. Most people don't save money because they think the $1 that they can save in a given month is insignificant. Even if you could save a penny, 1 penny added to your net worth in 30 days is progress. Most people don't believe that. Most people blow the couple dollars that they could otherwise save because the couple dollars that they can otherwise save, they don't think is significant. A dollar, every dollar matters. Big shout out to that boy JR Boxing. Big shout out to a real man like JR Boxing. That's the game, guys. 1% better. 1 mile better. 1 rep better. $1 better. All we're going to do is stack these days, stack these dollars, and stack these reps. And if you're stacking days, stacking dollars, stacking reps, you're winning. Now what's going to be crazy is I'm going to be doing this. You're going to check in with me occasionally. There are going to be people who are tapped in with me every day. What's going to happen is those testimonials are going to start rolling in. Because at some point, you're going to stop watching and you're going to start participating. Guarantee you, because I'm going to be here every day. And once you start participating, what I can guarantee you is that your life is going to be transformed. It's 100% a guarantee. 100% guarantee. Once you start to participate in your life is going to be transformed. We're going to do it one day at a time, guys. And what you can accomplish one day at a time is going to absolutely blow your mind. So that's what Common Sense Buffs is about. It's about supporting the Colorado Buffaloes, but taking Coach Prime's philosophy of succeeding on and off the field. This is the off the field part. Are you going to go 10-2 in your personal health this year? Are you going to go 10-2 in your mental health? Are you going to go 10-2 in your spiritual and emotional health? Are you going to go 10-2 in your relational health? Man, it'll be crazy if this team goes to the playoffs and you don't go to the playoffs in your life. This is about going to the playoffs in your life. So you're like, hey, I'm subscribed to a football channel. What the heck does this got to do with football? This is what separates great teams too. They're not focused on their transfer portal ranking. They're not focused on the hype. They're not focused on the outside noise. They're focused on getting better every single rep, guys. And you can tell by these coaches coaching up these guys. They're not wasting a single rep. Why? They have that urgency. We're not going to waste a single day here. From now until opening day on Common Sense Buffs, we're going to be putting in that work. We're going to be putting in that work. Are you going to be ready for Georgia Tech in your personal life? Are you going to be ready for that opportunity you've been calling for and praying for and striving for? Are you doing the work? Are you putting in the necessary reps? Come on. Only you know the answer to that. Only you know the answer to that. You saw the spring game. It's a culmination of 14 other practices. I think this is practice 15. You can see that the guys are getting better. They're gelling. They're playing as brothers. They're playing as a team. Why? Because in the winter, they were doing those workouts. They were eating right. They were conditioning. When the winter started, those guys could barely breathe up in that mountain there, especially for those transfers. They were throwing up. Did you see them throw up on Saturday? Nah. They were ready. They were prepared. They have been putting in that work. We're going to put in that work here. You know, it's easy to talk about those players on the field, but are you putting in the work in your real life? If you're going to follow this channel, you're going to get better. You're not going to have a choice. They're getting better each practice. They're cleaning up mistakes. You can see the guys gaining their confidence. They're trusting the coaches. They're trusting the play calling. And they're starting to execute at a higher level. Because the best teams compete internally first. You know what Coach Prime and the team has been asking the players? Do you believe? So if you're focused on beating yourself, in the comments, go ahead and put me versus me. It's me versus me, y'all. It's me versus me. It's you versus you. All right? And so that's why this community matters, guys. It's one thing to be entertained. It's one thing to be entertained. It's another thing to be inspired. You guys are attracted to Colorado Buffaloes football, not just for the entertainment factor. That's not why I'm attracted to it. That's not the only reason. It's about what he is doing in these young men's life, and then the message he's trying to communicate to all his followers through what he is doing, which is he wants you to win. He wants you to win. You're not just supposed to watch him and watch the team and go through all the normal ups and downs of fandom. You're supposed to apply the lessons from you watching them in your life. That's the ultimate test. So guys, every day we're here, we're walking 1 mile a day. Why? Because good health is the foundation. Good health is the foundation. You cannot build a house with a bad foundation. It's not going to stand. So that's what we're starting with physical exercise first. Why? Because physical exercise encompasses all of the ups and downs of life. And the same neural pathways that you build by strengthening your mind through exercise are the same neural pathways you're going to need to endure in life. Why? Because life is a race. Life is a race. Listen, certain days you're going to get up, you're going to want to work out. Certain days you're going to get up, you won't want to work out. Can you make yourself do what you must do to get to the next level? That is life. If you can endure and put your body through ever increasing levels of stress until your body and your mind adapt, the strength that you build from the treadmill, in the gym, in the weight room will be translated to your other life, other parts of your life. Why? Guess what? When you're tired and you're exhausted, but you know you need to put in some extra work, you need to prepare for that meeting. If you're going into court, you know you need to prepare that brief. If you're in school, you know you need to finish that final paper. Whatever it is, that endurance that you build, the discipline, the desire, the willingness to go that extra mile that you get from exercise, it applies out there. So for the next 30 days, you're going to see me doing this physical component, and then we're going to transition. Right now, I'm listening to Coach Prime's audiobook. We're going to transition into the book club. Okay? Then we're going to transition into leadership. Then we're going to transition into marketing and sales and branding. This community is going to evolve, but at the foundation is always about having that good physical health routine. All right? So what I typically do when I walk this mile every day, you're welcome to join me whether you have a treadmill or you want to do your mile outside. It's up to you. You want to do it in the morning, watch the show in the evening. You want to do it alongside me, it's up to you. The pace that I'm walking at right now is 3 miles per hour. Right? Enough to give, enough to warm me up a little bit, but I'm not out of breath. I can have a conversation with you. And 3 miles per hour, I walk a mile in 20 minutes. This conversation is short and sweet. It's over in 20 minutes. So this is the final push, guys. And this is where the mind shift happens. You don't need to be better than everybody else. That's not the game. Forget that for a moment. There's going to be a time where you're going to have some real competition that you need to go up against. Right? Maybe it's at work. And you guys are pushing for some kind of prize at the end of the quarter. And you're competing, your team is competing with another team. There's going to be ample opportunities in life for competition. But certainly not comparison. Because the real competition is you versus you. Is you versus you. You don't need to be better than anybody else. You just need to be better than you were yesterday. You just need to be better than you were yesterday. That's it. And so if you've been here for all 10 days, go ahead and drop 10 days complete. If you haven't, and this is your first day, or your second day, or your third day, drop that in the comments too. Why? Because every day matters. Every day matters. So if you're new here and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button so this content can get out to more like-minded people. All right? And I'm going to wrap up with this like I normally do. I pray that the Almighty is blessing you. Pray that He's keeping you in good health. And I pray whatsoever your hands find to do prospers. And if you're going through some hard times right now, just remember, hard times don't last forever. Until next time, peace.